Hey everybody, Eric Smith here, and by special request, I'm doing a comic book pull list video. So it is June 9th, Wednesday. I just got back from the comic book store, and this is what I picked up. Technically, a couple of these things were not on my pull list, but most of it is. We'll see what we've got. Right off the bat, I don't have these in any particular order, except for the last thing. We have Dynamite Lives, #1. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna go through all the credits, but that's a sweet cover. You've got Ash. This is the follow-up to Dynamite, which is Dynamite Comics' answer to Marvel Zombies or DCeased. Deceased. So there was originally a mini-series. I think it was like 6 issues, 5 or 6 issues in a one-shot. This is the follow-up. I think it starts like right where the other one ended. And it's got, the original anyway, had Vampirella, Red Sonja, Deja Thoris, and John Carter, a bunch of other heroes that Dynamite publishes, and now they've added Ash to the mix. So there you go. Love that cover. Very excited to read that. Next up, we have issue 2 of Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. This is written by Garth Ennis, which is the main reason I picked it up. It's from AWA Upshot Studios. I'm a big fan of what they've been doing, picking up a lot of their stuff, so that's the secondary reason I picked it up. But, I mean, it is what it says. Marjorie Finnegan travels through time and steals stuff. And the temporal cops are after her. There's all sorts of stuff going on. The first issue was great. Looking forward to this. Next up, Strange Academy #11. Who shattered Toth? That's poor Toth, shattered there. If anyone doesn't know, this is basically Doctor Strange set up a school for young magic users in the Marvel Universe, and you've got instructors like Dr. Voodoo, Scarlet Witch, others that I can't think of off the top of my head. So it's the adventures of these high school age kids as they go through a magic school. It's been fun. It's a good comic. Here we go. Issue 3 of Spider-Man Spider's Shadow. And you can see right there, it says, "What If?" So this is the new What If kind of stuff that Marvel is doing. What If started back in the 70s, I believe. It was an ongoing series. Every issue was different. Well, now they're doing sort of a series of mini-series. Chip Zdarsky, fantastic writer, is writing this one. And it's basically what if the Venom symbiote had bonded with Peter Parker. If he'd never gotten rid of it, it bonded with him, and basically Peter Parker became Venom. First 2 issues were great. And I think it's a 5-issue. Does it say how many? I think it's a 5-issue miniseries. And then I believe Chip Zdarsky is doing another miniseries. And then there's going to be different writers, different artists with different What If miniseries. Good stuff. All right. So this was not on my pull list. This is going to be kind of backwards. This is the issue that came out today. It's Hey Kids, Comics, Volume 2. Profits and Loss. This is by Howard Chaykin, which is why I'm picking it up, because I love Howard Chaykin stuff. Didn't realize this series was coming out, or was already out, because I had to go back and get issue 1. So issue 2 is brand new. Just pulled it off the shelf. Got issue 1. So I'm good to go with some new Howard Chaykin stuff. Love, love, love Howard Chaykin. This is the other one that was not actually on my pull list. This is from Skybound Comics. 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. There was a little 2 or 3 page preview in another comic I read, and it looked pretty cool. So Trigger Keaton was an action movie star, I believe, and these were different actors that played his sidekicks in different movies. And Trigger Keaton's dead. They've all come together for the funeral, and I think they have to figure out how Trigger Keaton died or something. I don't know. I haven't read it, but it seemed pretty cool, so I grabbed it. I haven't put it on my pull list yet. We'll see how this first issue is. Next up, so we're back to everything else was on my pull list. Red Sonja, 1982. This is just a one-shot. I really dig that cover. Be interesting to see what Red Sonja is doing in 1982. I'm a Red Sonja fan, have been, excuse me, since way back when she was a Marvel Comics character. I don't collect her ongoing series, but I do typically pick up one-shots or some mini-series. And I've got a bunch of trades with her stuff in it. So, Red Sonja, good stuff. Then we have Rorschach. This is Tom King is the writer. This is a Black Label book. This is, what is this? Issue 9 of 12. I'm not completely sold on this. I think it would be, personally, at least for me, better read once I have all the issues, because every time a new issue comes out, I start reading it and I don't remember what happened before. It's very dense. It's very much written in the vein of Alan Moore's Watchmen, which of course Rorschach is from Watchmen. It seems like any time someone writes with these characters, they try to ape Alan Moore's style. When Jeff Johns, I think, wrote... oh, hell. I can't remember the name of the series. The Countdown. Is that the name of it? With... that sort of brought the Watchmen world and the DC world together, and he was trying to... It seemed like it was being written, like it was by Alan Moore. This is okay. I just think I'm going to like it better. Once I have all the issues, if I go back and read it straight through, I think it'll be better for me. So this is... It's... I'm not super excited whenever I get this. I am super excited about this. This is Heroes Reborn number 6. This is a 7-issue miniseries, and then there's going to be a one-shot to finish it off. So this is an alternate world where the Avengers never existed as a team. The Squadron Supreme of America is the world's super team. And there's like villains, characters are mashed up. Like you have the Black Skull, who's a mashup of Venom and the Red Skull. And so in the very first issue, we're introduced to this world, and we learn that Blade, the vampire hunter, is the only person who knows this is not the way the world is supposed to be. And then in issues 2 through 6, I don't know what 7's going to bring us. But so far in issues 2 through 6, each one has focused on one of the members of the Squadron Supreme. This one focuses on Power Princess. And then there's a backup story with Blade sort of gathering a team of other people that feel there's something wrong with the world. And somehow they're going to hopefully set it right. So next week, issue 7 will be out. The week after that should be Heroes Return, which will be whatever sets everything right again. There's also a ton of one-shots. I haven't been buying those. I did order the collected editions for those. If anybody doesn't know, Squadron Supreme is I don't want to say blatant ripoff, but a straight-up copy of the Justice League, but it's meant to be. They were created back in the 80s, maybe. And each member of the Squadron Supreme is analogous to a member of the Justice League. And again, they're supposed to be that way. So, don't look at this and be like, oh, they're just completely ripping off Wonder Woman. Well, that's the point. But anyway, this has been fantastic. That goes straight to the top of my reading pile. It bypasses everything. All right, then we have Batman Urban Legends number 4. It's got Red Hood. I'm wearing my Red Hood shirt. And this Red Hood Batman story is the main reason I'm picking this up. It's an anthology book. And the first story so far in each issue is a Red Hood Batman story by Chip Zdarsky. Such a fantastic writer. That's a 4-part story, or 6-part story, excuse me. This is part 4 of it. There's a Grifter story, which is a 5-parter, so again, part 4. And then we've got a one-shot story with Batwing, and it looks like the beginning of a 3-part story with Tim Drake. Different writers, different artists on each story. But it's been really good so far. Pretty interesting. The Grifter story's been cool. We had a little 3-part Outsiders story, and I feel like a couple other things I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, this is good stuff. Then we have this one-shot, DC Pride. There were multiple covers. I was really torn because I'm a huge fan of The Question. And The Question, there were a bunch of characters on the other cover, including The Question. But this is just such a beautiful cover. I thought I'd grab it. This particular one. So this has, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different stories featuring LGBTQ plus characters. Not going to say for sure that all of the creators are LGBTQ plus. I haven't read, there's an introduction there, so I haven't read that. Oh, interesting. And there's some little TV bios of the LGBTQ characters that have been on TV. Like Batwoman, White Canary, Negative Man, a couple others in there. There's a little thing on the back. Looking forward to this. But it does, I always wonder, because Marvel has a Pride book coming out, and they've been doing this Marvel Voices series of one-shots that have featured African Americans, one featured Asian Americans, or just Asians. I can't say they're all Asian American. They did one with Native Americans, and it's great to see, but then I wonder, is it just marketing? Which I'm sure there's a marketing element to it. I don't want to be cynical and think it's just marketing, but I've enjoyed this. It's nice to see diversity and minorities getting the spotlight, and that's a beautiful cover. Then we have, excuse me, The Immortal Hulk volume. What volume is this? 9. So it's the weakest one there is. Immortal Hulk Volume 9. This has issues 41 through 45. This is a book I was getting monthly, and when I switched comic shops, I stopped getting a bunch of stuff monthly and went to trades, although you can see I still get a lot of stuff. But I switched a lot of stuff to trades. This is one of the things. I think this is the second or third trade I've gotten in the Immortal Hulk series. Fantastic series by Al Ewing. I believe, yep, just wanted to check. Just look at this. Hopefully this isn't a... Oh, where'd it go, man? There was just an amazing picture I was going to share. And then oh, there it is. Okay, look at this. This book's amazing. Look at that. It's fantastic, and I believe it's coming to a close. But, yeah, great book. Not your Grandpappy's Hulk. All right, finally, the last thing I got today. This is not a new book. I have been waiting a year for this book. And before I show it to you, I'll tell you a little story. This book, not this copy, but a copy of this book, is the reason I switched comic book stores. So let me take you back to a little over a year ago. Maybe about a year ago. Going to a comic book store. I'm not going to name names. I'll tell you a little later the current comic book store I'm going to, but I'm not going to name the old comic book store. Was going there for 10, 15 years, and it started going downhill. First, the proprietor stopped pulling comics for his regular customers. No longer would get the shipment in, pull comic books, and set them aside for his regular customers. So I couldn't just go in on the weekend and know that my books were going to be there. If I wanted to make sure I was getting my books, I had to go on Wednesday, the day they went on sale, and hope that they were there. But hey, it's his business. He can run it the way he wants. Then his hours got really erratic. The posted hours on the window were the same, but constantly sending emails, closing early today, going to be closed this weekend, closing at noon on Friday. It's just ridiculous. Sometimes it's like he's open 20 hours a week. So that's annoying. And then just the customer service was bad. I could very specifically remember one time, I've got all my books, go up to the counter, I just want to check out, pay for my books, get out, and the owner is just going through old business cards. I'm standing there, he's standing right in front of me, just going through old business cards, throwing some away, deciding which ones to keep. He'd be texting with his girlfriend while you're waiting for service. He would be checking me out. He had a little note. Not a little notebook. He had a notebook. He'd write down every title that you're buying. It was his system. That's fine. He'd be in the middle of that, and someone would say, "Hey, have you got Daredevil issue 241?" And he would stop and go and look for Daredevil issue 241. It's like, ask him to wait a minute. But anyway, all right, whatever. You're running your business. I'm getting a little annoyed. Then he would just not order stuff. Every month, I would have to give him an order of what I wanted from the new previews. Even if it's something I've been getting for 5 years, I'd still have to every month tell him, I want Avengers. I want Iron Fist. I want this Batman title. It used to be just, I would tell him the new stuff because he had a list of everything I got monthly. Anything new I wanted to add to it, that's what I would tell him. But now, every month, I had to tell him everything. And he would just forget to order some of it. I'd see the invoice. This is what's coming in this week. I'd go in. Hey, wasn't this supposed to be in this week? Oh, I forgot to order it. And then the last straw, the final straw. The proprietor, owner, would do unboxing videos on Tuesday nights. He'd get his comics on Tuesday. Tuesday nights after he closed, he would open up the box live on camera, show you everything that came in. And he showed this book right here that I had special ordered. He showed it. This came in. This was on Tuesday night. I went to get my comics on Wednesday. I grab all my comics off the table. This book is nowhere to be seen. I go up to the counter. I said, where is book X? I'm just teasing. You'll get to see what it is. Where's book X? He's like, oh, it's not here. I said, I saw your live unboxing video. It came in. Oh, I sold it to somebody else. I can reorder it for you. That was the last straw. That was it. I ordered that book. He sold it to somebody else. That's the last time I went in. So I started going to Comics R Go with Eric and Ed. It is a fantastic comic book shop. They get to know their customers. They take care of you. And finally, this book has come in because I had to order it from them or through them. It has finally come in. Have I bored you? Was that too much? Did I go too far? Just to lead up to this, here it is. The Eternals by Jack Kirby, the complete collection. This has the Eternals from 1976, issues 1 through 19, annual number 1. There's the back. I have been waiting a year for this book, and I finally have it in my grubby little hands. Look at that artwork. I've been on a Jack Kirby kick. Been picking up all sorts of complete Jack Kirby collections. I got the Forever People, the New Gods, Machine Man. That's a Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko. I got a book of a bunch of his Inhuman stuff. There's others I want to miss. Did I get Mr. Miracle? There's a Mr. Miracle. I can't remember if I have that or not. And there's one with the Demon, the DC character. Yeah. Oh, I got Devil Dinosaur. Finally. The Eternals. Jack Kirby, the complete collection. So there you have it. That is my pull list. That's what I picked up on June 9th, 2021. So let me know if you care about these videos. I did this because someone said they enjoy them. And I think as soon as I'm done recording, I'm just going to throw it up there, even though this will be the second video that goes up on Wednesday. Instead of waiting till Thursday. So, wow, this went way too long. I'm going to try to shorten them from now on, but then I shouldn't have any anecdotes like that. I shouldn't have to complain about my old comic book store anymore. All right, so there you have it. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. Although, again, didn't get into specifics. Although I guess you could ask about like Heroes Reborn or something. Get into spoiler territory. But we try to be polite here, so just post spoiler warning. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to follow me, you know what? Before I get to that, I'm gonna lean over here and go all the way back to here. To this, the very first one I showed you, Dynamite. All right, looking at this cover, this artist, this guy that did this, did all of that. Did all of those Marvel Zombie covers that were made into a quilt. Yeah, same guy. Love him, obviously. And I dig the comic book zombie stuff. All right, so if you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of comics, books, comics, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I've got. So until next time, read more books.